Hello, I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and this is your weekly Cosmic Connections. Good evening. And we're going to be doing some full moon musings tonight, talking about this beautiful full moon that's coming up in just a couple of days. And it's going to be in Virgo. And what is Virgo all about? Virgo is the sign of health and healing and analysis, dedication, determination. Well, maybe not entirely determination, but really, Virgo full moon only happens once a year. In fact, all the signs of the zodiac only have one particular full moon that comes out once a year. 12 moons, 12 months, 12 signs of the zodiac. That magic 12 repeats itself time and time again. Good evening. Hi, Marcy. Oh, you're so welcome, Marcy. It was great talking with you. Hi, Donna. Check your mailbox in a couple of days, Donna. I'm not kidding you. Hey, Paula, good evening. Hello, Dennis. Hi, Pam, Donna, Stephen M. Hello, thanks for being here, guys. Hi, Jean and Joan and Lynn and Angela. Hi, Mitch, Tracy, and Kathy and Elizabeth. I'm going to say big highs to Karen and Jay. Welcome, Mary Ann and Tracy and Krista. And boy, some of you guys are going to be seeing a lot of me in the next 12 weeks, Krista, right? Hi, Beth, Lois, Mary. Thank you, Karen. Hi, Nancy, because we're starting our Learn Astrology course again. And I know a lot of the people in the room already have taken that class, and I appreciate that. I'm so excited. I'm going to be doing the final touches on that written report, and trust me, dear Nancy and Angela, I have not forgotten about the booklet that I'm going to be producing and getting to you and everyone who takes the Learn Astrology class. You know, I have so many words inside of my head. I just need this magical transcription to take place. So they jump out, they fall on paper. Yeah. I sometimes I'm a better talker than I am writer, but I'm going to be producing this for anyone who takes the Learn Astrology course that's starting on Tuesday, March 2nd, right after the full moon. And of course, I had to make sure we didn't have Mercury retrograde when we started it. By the way, Mercury has gone direct and went direct last Saturday. And, you know, one of the news stories that caught my eye was that emergency landing story, the very tense one that took place. And it was a kind of a miracle. Nobody was injured and nobody was hurt. And that occurred just as Mercury started going direct. You know, sometimes astrologers can be superstitious a little bit. You know, oh, don't do anything when Mercury is retrograde, especially relative to communications and travel and contracts. And I didn't follow my own advice, right? So it was right before Mercury went direct, right? I was going shopping and I got inspired. I was almost going to say the word. No, I'm not going to say that word, but suckered in, manipulated to purchase a large item, but retrospectively, Mercury was still not direct, and then now I have buyer's regret, and now it's too late because I signed a contract. So anyway, sometimes that Mercury retrograde and direct does work. So anyway, we're home free right now. So watch your email boxes. I'm going to be sending out some really cool announcements about some really great events over the course of the next year, and also at the end of this month. Those of you who have taken my the year ahead. I'm always doing all these Zoom things. The year ahead, I did a lovely gathering last night with the Honey Group, the Holistic Alliance of Western New York. And I'm going to find a way to post that particular version because it's a really fun group and we all learned a lot. But the thing I want to emphasize, whether you took the class earlier in the year or in December, that's the year ahead class. I hope you circled on your calendar March 26th, because that is the Sun-Venus conjunction. It's called a Venus star point. And as that is shining somewhere in your chart at 5 degrees of Aries, it's almost like the golden egg of the universe is laying this lucky red version of excitement relative to love, money, and beauty. So keep that in the back of your minds. We're going to be doing some really cool work at the end of this month, so stay tuned for that. But let's keep it here now. Let's be in the now, as Eckhart Tolle would say. So tonight, we are still in the throes of the square that I talked about last night or last week, the square between Saturn and Uranus. And my friends, every time the moon is in a fixed sign, that's Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, or Taurus, every time, pretty much this year, we may feel that urgency, that emergency urgency feeling to get something done, to regroup, rebuild, redo something in our lives, and then it kind of wanes. So be aware of that anxiety that might wash over you. And as we count down to the full moon, and this is actually a very nice type of internal type of, not really anxiety, but perception, as we count down to the full moon, which takes place, by the way, we're going to talk about that tonight, on the 27th at 3:17 in the morning, right? So as you're going to sleep at 3:17 in the morning on the 27th, that was when you fall asleep on Friday night, you may be getting some amazing dreams that are relative to your healing. Okay? So again, oh, thank you, Michelle. Hi, Linda. I miss you, and I think I heard a little bird told me you're coming. I'll be seeing you soon, like in a couple of days. Fingers crossed. Hi, Michael. Hello, Christine. Marianne. Oh, it was fun. Thank you for being there, Marianne. Hi, Lisa Marie. Rhonda. You bought a great deal. Got it. That's awesome, Marianne. It's President's Day sales, right? Hi, Jody. Hi, Michelle. Hiya, Jamie. Enjoy. Oh, thank you, Nancy. I wasn't really forgetting about the Mercury retrograde, but it was more of a, oh, well, it's going to go direct. There's maybe a testing ground, but it's no worries. It's all fine. It's all cool. Is the class on your website? The class will be on the website. Fingers crossed. Elizabeth will definitely be on my YouTube channel, and I'll put a link to it. Okay. You are in, Marianne, and you don't. Let's pray for everything, okay? But you're going to pick this up amazingly. I'm so excited you're going to be in the class. Thank you, Linda. I'm wearing red just for you, my dear. Hello, Miss Linda. Thanks for being here tonight. All right, Sherlan. Hello. Hi, Jill. Diane. Hi. Nice to see you. Rebecca and Renee and Lisa and Amin. Mashu. Nice to see you. Hello, Nancy, Hannah, and Joanne, and Krista, and Benny. Hello, Benny. Hi, Betty and Pia. Okay. Oh, you're awake to see me live. What time is it, Pia, where you are at? What time in the world are we? Thank you for sharing, Lois. And that's, yeah, your real mailbox. That's Donna M, not Donna L. Although, that's what I meant. Your snail mailbox, Donna M. So, my dear friends, thank you for being here. We're going to talk about that full moon. And Pia, where are you? That you have to wake up. Where in the world is Pia? So, here's a little secret, a little nugget. As we're counting down to the full moon on the 27th, we are moving into what's called the gibbous cycle. Look outside if it's moon time for you. And that moon is gathering its amazing light. And the 2 days before the full moon are often very strong days for intuition, for psychic awareness. Our senses, our seventh senses, our eight senses are all more crystal clear. And that really kind of starts to peak tomorrow. It's really strong on Friday the 26th. It's right before the full moon. So be aware that your intuitions are at a monthly high, and use those senses to meditate in a more deeper fashion, to really reflect upon what needs to be done in your life and receive information. It's like a message time. And of course, the format, for those of you who are new here, we are going to be doing what? We're going to be doing our astrology, and I'm going to also be doing some mediumship for you. And that's going to be just by the finger draw. So I'll just be scrolling down here. Another little bit of an announcement. If you are available on Sunday at 12 noon, that's this Sunday. And I guess we have the long February. This is leap year, right? Okay, Sunday the 28th, yes, at 12 noon, we are going to be having our fellowship, Divine Grace Fellowship church service. And I think I'll be doing it the same way through StreamYard. So hopefully we'll be able to see it on YouTube if you're not on Facebook. And it's a great time also to receive messages and to pray together and to really feel the energy of the full moon in a community, in a group, because meditation is often stronger and more profound when we're meditating together. So I hope you can join me on Sunday. That's this Sunday at 12 noon for a church service. It's more of a fellowship, but we do connect and identify and worship the God of our understanding. So it's non-denominational and open to all. So, dear friends, let's talk about this full moon. It's at 8 degrees of Virgo, taking place again very early. Oh, by the way, thank you for sharing. You have chances to win prizes if you are sharing. So if you're coming into the room, I appreciate this from the bottom of my heart. Sharing is caring. And share this little StreamYard live cast to your Facebook page or anywhere else if you so be inspired to do that. I would very much appreciate it. And so here, I'm making my notes here. Hold on. Notes. Okay, I know this by heart, but I like to refer to my notes. Okay, here it is. Okay. So how we work with this energy, right? Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. How we work with this energy is that each and every degree on the 360-degree wheel has a meaning, an esoteric meaning, a word picture, as it were. And so the word picture for our full moon, I really resonates with me. 8 degrees of Virgo. And expressionistic painter. I think it's worded expressionist, but I know impressionistic painter, expressionistic painter, that was the original interpretation, is making a futuristic drawing. And let's just say a painter is making a futuristic drawing. So as we encounter the energy in the next week, it begins on Saturday, the 27th at 3 o'clock in the morning. We are painting a picture for ourselves about our future. How do you imagine the life ahead? What is your out picturing? How are you trying to manifest your imaginations, your imaginings, your goals? Paint a picture inside of your mind sometime this weekend. I know a lot of you are extremely talented. Perhaps you might even want to do, instead of what they used to call vision boards, which is still a very powerful tool to envision, taking pictures from magazines or books and so forth and plotting them on a canvas so you can actually outpicture what you want to attract in your life. This particular Sabian symbol with this full moon is activating that type of clairvoyant idea that you are outpicturing using your vision. And how you imagine your future, indulge your imagination over this next week. If you know where 8 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart, please identify it in your chart and really see how that is percolating and giving you new inspiration and new thoughts that are symbolic coming through the notion of your third eye, so to speak, your imaginings. All right, now there's something very, 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 very curious about this full moon in an astrological point of view. The full moon is forming something called a yod, the finger of God in astrology, whereby you've got one primary planet, which is the full moon. We refer to the lights as planets. So is the full moon at one end. And this full moon is in conjuncting, making a 150-degree angle to Chiron, the wounded healer, on one hand, and then it's making another in conjunct, another 150-degree angle to Saturn. So you've got pickle in the middle, you've got the full moon, and it's talking to grumpy old man Saturn, which is the energy of rules and limits and time, which is the energy of discipline and restrictions. And on the other part of the sentence structure is Chiron. I have a wound. I need it to be healed. Okay, wow, what is that all about? The yod is activating, I believe, the discipline and clarity to begin a routine to help heal your greatest wound. That, to me, is one of the messages of this full moon. So it's, first of all, it's about imaginings anyway, like the painter doing this futuristic drawing. I'm going to suggest that we all sit down sometime after 3/17 on the 27th of February. So, sometime on Saturday or Sunday, and imagine healing and the steps necessary to make that healing a reality. Something in your life. Some healing in your life. And the healing, by the way, would be identify where you find Aries in your chart. So I believe with all my heart and soul that the universe offers us tools. And even if you never, ever learned any astrology, astrology reflects what's already there. The symbolism, the archetypal allegory, as it were, of what's in front of us if we have eyes to see. So identify in the next 2 days, what is one thing you want to heal? It'll come to you. You'll be driving down the street, daydreaming before you go to bed and glazed over, listening to me, or no, you're never going to glaze over, you're listening to me. Glazed over when you're watching the news or something on Netflix, which catches your eye. And all of a sudden you'll get this inspired thought, oh man, I really have to heal that in my life. So the full moon illuminates what needs to be healed. But, great, you got a problem. What's the solution? Saturn on the other end of this yod is poking us in the ribs and saying, yeah, you want that healed. Here are the steps. Maybe you have to, eat better, exercise more, go to a therapist, go to an astrologer. Take a walk, forgive your parents, whatever it may be. I think that's the message next week, my dear friends. Healing through a yod, the finger of God. It's really called the finger of God. The configuration looks kind of like a peace sign. So right here would be the moon, here would be Saturn, and here would be Chiron. And they're all talking to each other this upcoming week. And the next 48 hours is the time when we are open to spiritual divination of identifying what needs to be healed, to be made whole in our lives. All right, so let's say a big hello to, I haven't seen hello yet, to Michelle and Rhonda and Lisa and Karen and Joy. What degree will Chiron be on that day? Great question, my dear. I believe it will be 5. All right. I don't have the actual chart in front of me. And yes. So we have the full moon is at 8 degrees of Virgo. That's very close to you, Elizabeth. All right. So when the full moon is within, I would take even a larger orb 5-6 degrees when it's a full moon so close to your moon. Hi, Rochelle. How are you? Hi, Rachel. All right. Nice to see you. Alrighty. So that's going on. And we shall do our astrology for each of you. We'll start with Aries. So Aries people, this particular full moon is triggering you to do a lot of work on your self-work through your self-worth and work in general. It's a work-a-do week for the Aries. They're going to be able to get into gear and maybe find a better way to do their work or a better way to do their self-care. It's about health and healing in general for the Aries and improving their work habits. For Taurus or Taurus rising, kind of a joyful time, a joyful week. Why and how can you add more fun and entertainment in your life? Also, Taurus, if you have children, I think this healing will be going a large leap regarding the way you are dealing with your little ones or your adult children. So this is a time for Taurus to make peace with joy, fun, and also their children. For Gemini, this energy is activating in a big way their home and family, how they're living, whom they're living with, maybe the infrastructure of your house, making some improvements, healing something to do with the home itself, doing a do-it-yourself project or something along these lines. And that is for our Gemini friends or Gemini risers. Cancer or Cancer rising. This particular energy is activating a need to become more clear and concise in your communications, healing your way of connecting through words, through writing, and so forth. Also being able to organize your infrastructure, your paperwork, So that's for our Cancer friends. For Leo or Leo rising, this energy is giving you the detailed discipline to increase your abundance, to increase your finances, and to work on your own self-esteem. For the Virgo or Virgo rising, all eyes are on you this week. This full moon is illuminating your energy. It's emotionally merging with who you are and how you want to do you. It's also an extraordinary time to, I would say, heal self-criticism. The worst critics in the world are Virgos who are criticizing themselves, right? Because, Virgo analyzes things and they can overanalyze themselves. We all can do that where you find Virgo, but especially this week for the Virgos. If you're Libra or Libra rising, you might be feeling a little tired this week. So go within, dust off your meditation and prayer routine, and do the imagining of how you want to see yourself doing and being a more spiritual self. So that's our Libra's initiative. It's about maybe spending some time away from it all, spending time away from the maddening crowd, meditating, praying, resting, retreating. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this is your week to really identify and heal friendships, your groups, your associations, making contacts with the people you care about, forming a new group, leaving a group, doing something with groups in such a way that you feel authentic and true to yourself. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this particular full moon is activating your career, your leadership abilities, and your ability to be charismatic in the outer world. And Sagittarius is known for their great humor. So that might also be activated with this full moon, and healing and finding the discipline to find the method and protocol to do that healing. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this energy is all about you expanding your life in such a way that gives you more joy. Expansion in this context usually means learning, education, or travel, or perhaps sharing your gifts, sharing your ideas with others. For our Aquarius friends, this energy is really deeply penetrating the secrets of intimacy within you. Intimacy with your partners, intimacy with your loved ones in such a way, sharing, being generous. It's a little esoteric for our Aquarius friends. But the bottom line here is touching in with also your personal power. Alrighty. Pisces, the full moon is sharing and illuminating relationships in your life. Who are you with? Why are you with this person? Is this person fulfilling you? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's also a time for Pisces to see themselves through the eyes of the beloved and find a nice balance there. So that's a little bit about this full moon. Remember, the Sabian symbol is an impressionistic, they say expressionistic, but I'm going to say impressionistic. I think of Van Gogh and Renoir and Monet, painter creating a futuristic drawing. Out picture what your life wants to be like. And because the full moon is involved with the finger of God, involving Chiron and Saturn, there's a sense of timeliness about getting yourself healed, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm bursting at the seams because I'm going to be announcing that on the full moon under the odd, but I'll give you a sneak preview. Next year, we're going to go on a healing cruise, friends. Oh, yes, a fantastic healing cruise where you can connect with other astrologers across the globe, learn about yourself, and enjoy the healing fruits of fellowship and fun on a cruise ship. You know, a full year from now, don't you feel the change regarding COVID? Don't you feel there's a sense of being lifted? I think this full moon is really going to begin to reflect the beginning of the end of the worst part of COVID. Fingers crossed, prayers and blessings for that imagined future. All right. Hello, Carrie Ann. I'm glad it resonates with you, darling. Our beautiful designer. Yes, finally, indeed. Yes to Marianne. And sounds, oh, yes, I'll tell you a lot more. I'll be writing about that and sending out announcements to you all, Elizabeth. Michelle, thank you for the wonderful comments. It was so beautiful to see you the other day. Angela, I hope you got the connection back. Yes to you, Mr. Steven. All right. Oh, fantastic, Rachel. That is so fantastic. Right at the light of the full moon. Fabulous. Good evening, Mr. Rodney. All right. You have 2 yods in your chart, Dennis. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, great. So thank you for sharing, my dear friends. And we are now going to share some more because what I'm going to be doing is picking a winner of a Sabian symbol chart because that's what we're focusing on, I think, through the Pisces season. And close my eyes here. And then we'll do some mediumship. Okay. My little basket out. All right. I've got a star basket. Okay, the winner tonight is Lois Papaz. I'm not sure I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry. I am not the best pronunciator. Lois, Papaj. I think you might even be in the room tonight. Lois, congratulations. Congratulations. All right, Elizabeth, have a great week. And you can always play this back. Yes. Lois, are you in the room, darling? Okay. Lois. Hi, Sherelle. Nice to see you. Okay. That was last year, right? About the Okay, well, let's see if Lois is in the room. Well, I will contact you, Lois, nevertheless. All right, dear friends, we're going to be doing some mediumship now. Okay, congratulations, sweetie. Lois, do me a favor, please. Perfect. You're going to be winning a Sabian symbol listing. So what you have to do, please, or I'll contact you, contact me with Messenger with your birthday, birth time, and birth city. And then I will send that out to you. I'm glad you're back, Angela. Great. Thank you, Norma. Yes. And thanks for saying that you'd like to get a message tonight. What I'm going to do now is close my eyes and use my fingertips and find some people who would like to get a message. So where my fingers stop, nobody knows. Okay. Michael Hersig. I think you're still in the room. I'd like to work with you, darling. Thank you for sharing, Marianne. I'll put your name again in the basket for next week. Thank you for sharing, darling. Name goes in the basket. All right, Michael, I think you're still with us. I'll give you a little bit of a mediumship. Perfect. All right. Dear God, please allow my words. Please reflect your love, your light, and your healing for Michael. Please allow the words be of the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, Michael, you happened to mention when I fingers went to your name, the concern about, I believe, mist within your home. And take a breath here. What it really feels like to me is that you are going through an extra special bout of incredible healing. I think you share this with others. I never share with anyone's private stuff, but I think you shared with others here that you've been going through an accelerated point of healing in your life. And it's almost as if these threads of mist or light is helping you generate a whole new burst of not just physical healing, but emotional and mental healing. And as I'm saying that, I'm becoming aware of a gentleman in spirit, and he's holding something of a rake or a gardening tool. And he's identifying himself as, I think, a father. I think he's more of a grandfather. I want to go back a generation. And but it's like a rake, and it's several other tools, but they're relative to gardening. And with that gardening energy is that you are planting new seeds for your life and have been, with a sense of gratitude and great spiritual openness that you've never quite felt before. There's almost as if, bring it on. I want to plant a new path for myself and plant new seeds for myself. I'm also with this gentleman who's in spirit. He's no longer on the earth plane with the gardening equipment. There's also this sense of timelessness of doing something that gives you that creativity. And now his increments of the gardening tools are turning into a pen, and a pen for you, so that your form of creativity is not necessarily gardening. It was his, but yours is more the writing. And then I am now seeing, it's kind of an old-fashioned lantern that we would use for the railroad. So I'm not sure this man was associated with the railroad per se, but it's one of those old-fashioned, you hold them and they're a lantern. And I'm not sure this is resonating with you, Michael. Please feel free to give me feedback. And it's now it's dovetailing into the image of the Hermit card in the tarot deck, that you are doing in your own way a lot of reflection, Michael, and going within yourself in a new way that you have never done before. The disciplined reflection of the Hermit in the tarot deck. That's the card that I want to give for you. And the message basically is that even though, okay, you love writing, even though you are, quote, alone, you are being guided and being inspired by this gentleman in your DNA history with these gardening tools, that he would lose himself in creating that. And you are doing what you need to do to create your own new path. And the other thing with you, Michael, I'm going to have very strong 3 months coming up here for you, which are extremely exciting in terms of your creative process. One is April, one is July, and the other one is October of this year. As we're moving forward, those are kind of breakthrough months where you're feeling, I think I've achieved this particular chapter or this particular story regarding your writing. And I'll leave that with God's blessings with one more caveat of it's important from this person in spirit that you maintain a consistent thread. It's kind of like there are a number of different pathways to the same result. You know, all roads lead to Rome, or all roads lead to heaven. But that to stay on the same type of path, and he's talking about spiritual path. You don't have to jump around on different tracks. You can stay on the same track. And maybe the old track is the better track for you, something he would have been on the same track with you. Get on the track and stay there is the message. I'll leave that with God's blessings. Okay. Open my eyes again because I came to Michael again. Isn't that funny? Okay. All right. Joy Bukowski. Joy Bukowski. I came to you, darling. Joy's in the room. Joy, joy, joy. You're very welcome, Michael. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy. Joy, joy. All right, Joy, here we go, honey. Dear God, please allow me to serve joy. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration and healing for our highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. Joy, the first kind of visual I'm receiving for you is that of, I don't know if it's you doing this activity or if someone's doing this activity to you, and I'll ask Spirit. And I was getting a beautiful woman's face. And this beautiful woman's face was using her face as a canvas, which many of us do that, right? I got a little lipstick on tonight, right? So sometimes we women put makeup on our faces, but we use the face often as a canvas. And in this visual, I think someone was putting your face on. I don't know if you ever work with makeup or makeup artistry or the message, but it's someone else with you, a female, doing this makeup routine. And I think it's your mother. And the mother, I don't even think she's in spirit, Joy, but I feel that this maternal energy is reminding you that you don't have to use makeup or make up anything anymore. And she's doing a play on words. All right. You're welcome to give me some feedback here, my dear. The play on words is you don't have to make up what isn't there anymore. And you don't need the makeup. So there's a soothing, maternal, nurturing energy, basically telling you you're beautiful just the way you are, that there may have been a sense in this relationship with the mother that you felt you had to make something up or be made up. Take off your mask. Exactly, Joy. All right. And I'm not sure what that means to you, but that is the message from this very maternal. It's almost like the fairy godmother type of energy. So I'm not sure I'm really with your biological mom. This could be, a godmother, could be an aunt. But she feels very light and breezy, not that she would have the responsibility of raising you. I get light features, light hair, and very lighthearted. This energy kind of fussing over you and reminding you don't have to make up things anymore. Take off your mask. You don't have to wear the makeup. I don't know. I hope this resonates with you. But as you are going forward in the next springtime is very significant for you. As we start spring, of course, which will be like March 21st. My goodness, my friends, it's just a mere month away, that you are going to be marching. I'm playing with words with you. I don't know if you write, Joy, but I'm playing a lot with words with you, marching to the beat of a different drummer in March, and you're marching into a new arena. And it's more than just the lifting of COVID. There's other things that you're able to march in step with. And I feel it has to do with taking care of yourself, maybe walking outside, enjoying the spring weather, rebirth. Thank you, Joy. But I'm saying you are beautiful. That's what this maternal, beautiful woman is saying to you, and that you're marching to the beat of a new drummer as we're getting into the springtime. I'm also seeing a beautiful scene this summer relative to a sunset, and it seems like it's over it's a western body of water. So that could be Lake Erie, could be, but it's not a sunrise. It's the water, the sunset over water. So it could be Lake Erie, it could be Niagara River, it could be any other body of water with the sunset. And there's such a feeling of peace and joy, representative of your name. And it's remembering someone who has passed. And this one feels like it's a male, feels like a father. This feels very fatherly to me. Just feeling a relief that he's at peace, and seeing the sunset and feeling the joy that comes with knowing that he's at peace. You're feeling a tangible sign, and you're seeing, again, whether it be the sun setting and the birds, and also in the peripheral sky. So I hope this works and resonates with you, dear Joy. A lot is happening with you and has happened. This is a rebirth. I also feel that you've stepped away from a very difficult, painful relationship. This may have been involving a younger person, someone who was just not, I'm not necessarily saying it was definitely a child, but it was definitely a younger person who was very obstinate in your life. So you're stepping away and letting them do their own thing. And then there would be reconciliation after this fact. Okay. God bless you too, Joy, and I hope that resonated with you. All right, dear friends, this has been a lot of joy for me to work with you. I will admit I was a little tired coming on this evening, saying to myself, do I have the energy to do this? But you give me the energy to do this. This is why I love doing what I do for you, whether it be in a reading or doing these live presentations. Because I feel your energy, and I thank you sincerely for being here tonight. Hopefully you'll join me on Sunday at 12 noon. We will be doing Divine Grace Fellowship. I do not have a class scheduled tomorrow night. I feel a little guilty about it, but I think I'll be using the time. I know I'll be using the time preparing for the Learn Astrology class. Friends, if you have any inkling or desire to learn about this amazing language, it can help enhance your psychic abilities. It can help enhance everything, your compassion, your life, your understanding of self. Don't delay. We only have about 2 more spots available. We start on March 2nd, Tuesday. 12 weeks of classes. 2 times 12. 24 hours of videos and a lot of written material and a lot of personal attention. So please take the class. It's called Learn Astrology. And so by 12 weeks from now, you'll be very literate in this amazing language. So I hope to see you for that. And I hope to see you on Sunday. And come back next Wednesday, 8 o'clock here. Cosmic Connections. God bless you and many, many thanks. All right. Night, night. Sleep well.